Ja, ich bin's wieder, Konsole heran. Hier mit meinem Let's Play von Ace-10 Investigations Prosecutor's Path. Und beim letzten Mal haben wir ein geheimes Stockwerk in dem Gebäude gefunden, welches sich unter der Oberfläche auf der Dachterrasse befindet, von dem Kay runtergeschubst wurde. Und hier werden anscheinend Beweise gesammelt aus irgendeinem Grund. Und zudem noch alles Beweise aus früheren Fällen, die Edgeworth bearbeitet hat. Warum sammelt bitteschön die P.I.C. hier Beweisstücke von gelösten Fällen, obwohl sie eigentlich bei der Polizeistation sein sollten? Merkwürdig. Oh, how cute! The stuffed animal is so fluffy! That's from God Lake. It should be in the care of the prosecutor assigned to that case right now. Why is it sitting here in a place like this? Huh? This little guy's missing his left horn. His left horn. I'm pretty sure it was already missing when I first saw it. Then this must be a defective product. I demand a recall! Now that I think about it, giving a broken toy to a country's president does sound strange. Oh, so süß. So süß. This storeroom contains items to be sold, doesn't it? It's unfortunate, but the possibility seems quite high. I suspect some nefarious individual has been selling evidence here. And people actually pay money for this stuff? Apparently, some people do. The price tags are proof. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. Oh Mann, was ist denn bloß los mit dieser Welt? It's a small bottle. I've seen this piece of evidence before in the past. Huh? Is that all? Yes. What more did you want me to say? I need to make a memo. Note to self. Even the most boring objects sound like works of art when Mr. Edgeworth describes them. Nah, don't read a memo like that out loud. Süß. Ink and a lamp. Both are evidence that I've handled before. Why is all the stuff here linked to you? Many of the items here are objects that I've handled just a short while ago. But that's probably only a coincidence that they're all collected here. A coincidence? I never thought I'd hear you say that word, Mr. Edgeworth. No matter how improbable, if it fits with the facts, then we must accept it as a truth. Isn't that the same with science? Aha! We should discuss science in detail someday, Mr. Edgeworth. Ja, nee, lieber nicht. It looks like some of the evidence have tags in front of them. And there are numbers written on the tags. Maybe they're the ID numbers of the evidence? No, based on... Das hatten wir doch schon. Eigentlich wollte ich aber auch hier dieses Tuch. Nicht das Preisschild. Menno. That's strange. Only this one spot is empty. But it still has a price tag, just like all the others. Indeed. Furthermore, there is a part of this cloth that is not covered in dust. Perhaps something was placed here from not so long ago. I see! It sure seems like it! But what could it have been? This star-shaped mark in the dust, I wonder. Could it be related to a certain piece of evidence? Gute Frage. So, was haben wir denn? Oh, ist mir direkt was ins Auge gesprungen. Ha! Genau hier dasselbe Sternenmuster. This dust pattern matches up perfectly with the base of the candelabra. It's like that the killer got the candelabra from this very storeroom. Does that mean the candelabra was also a piece of evidence? It's quite possible. However, that is not the issue here. The murder weapon originally came from this storeroom. We must keep that in mind. Na dann. Okay, dann sind wir hier erstmal durch. Alter, sogar dieses Ding soll verkauft werden. The statue. Yes, it is some sort of new fact? No, this is evidence from a case that I was previously involved in. I believe it was called the Alice Red statue. There were supposed to be two of them, one real and one fake, but no matter which one this is, it's unnatural for it to turn up in a place like this. Mr. Edgeworth? We've really seen a lot of cases. Huh? Gotcha! Yippee-ki-yay! I got me a scoop! My eyes! Stop it! You can't get away from the Great Letters camera that easily. Ernsthaft jetzt, Lotta? Was machst du denn hier? I reckon you'll most be criminals. Emma snapped 16 shots before. You can't even say cheese. We're not criminals. Ups, das ist Emma. Entschuldigung. Really? You ain't fooling my camera of justice with those words. You are... Huh? Ain't you that heinous prosecutor from back then? Who are you calling heinous? This is Lotta Hart. She's a photographer I've dealt with during my past cases. I see her distinctive accent and her chatterbox mouth haven't changed a bit. Just look at that face! You're obviously up to no good! It seems she has a bad impression of us. Now it's time to pay your dues! Stand still while I photograph y'all. We only came here to investigate. Lies! You think you can fool me like that? Mr. Edgeworth, she's not listening at all. She seems harmless. Let's just leave her be for now. LOL, einfach mal in Ruhe lassen, ja. Gute Idee. Einfach mal eine gute Idee. Und weiter investigieren, oder was? Don't you think it's kind of creepy how all these masks are lined up at such a dark place? Emma, are you not good with horror movies? No way! Horror movies are so unscientific! So she's scared of them. Süß. Einfach mal wieder die Wissenschaft als Ausrede für nutzen, dass sie einfach Angst hat, Horrorfilme zu gucken. Was haben wir denn hier? Moment. Das sind ja alles Masken aus verschiedenen Bereichen von Filmen und Serien wahrscheinlich, ne? Und hier fehlt eine Maske. Das bedeutet... Ja, durchaus. Wir haben ja immer noch hier diese German Ninja Maske. The German Ninja mask that Kay had with her. Perhaps it was originally attached to this hook. That sounds plausible, scientifically speaking. In other words, Kay came here? It's quite likely, but for what purpose? Maybe she was going to steal something from this place. A great thief who steals the truth, huh? No, I didn't think we can answer that question at this time. Schade. So, was haben wir denn sonst noch? Moment mal, ist das... Das ist Geld, oder? Das ist Geld. Oh, ich sehe hier noch ein Beweisstück. Das ist doch hier der Kopf von Mr. Monkey aus 10 About Samurai. There's a huge stack of money piled up here. How unrefined. They're all $100 bills? Talk about big bucks! So, how many times your yearly salary do you think this is worth? Leave my salary out of this. No. Aber spannend! Wir wollen alle wissen, wie viel du verdienst. Come on. Sei keine Dings. Ja. Du weißt schon, was ich meine. Aber ich habe schon mal wieder ein bisschen Logik gesammelt. Genauer gesagt, wortwörtlich nur ein paar. Gehen wir mal davon aus, dass schon bereits einige Sachen verkauft wurden. From the price tags attached to the pieces of evidence and that huge stash of cash, it's clear that the buying and selling of evidence was being carried out here. In the hidden 51st floor, evidence was being trafficked. This clearly means something. It seems further investigation is needed. About the dealing that went on this place. If only there was a witness, we could just ask them. A witness? Wenn man von spricht. Lotza! So, why did you come here? For the people of the world and for myself. I'm a social justice photographer after all. Social justice? Then allow me to guess the reason why you came here. Was it perhaps to expose the illegal evidence trafficking? Oh, I get it! You were trying to get a scoop on the secret dealings! You'll know that much already. Well, I reckon that ain't no reason to hide it anymore. My sources tell me there's some kind of black market auction being held around these parts. What did you say? So then all this evidence here is... Yep, they're the goods for the auction. There's a lot of dirty money flying around here. I want to try and catch it with my own 2 eyes. My source gave me a whole bunch of info, but I figured just hearing about it ain't enough. Seeing is believing after all. So I've been stalking out the place from behind this here statue since yesterday. The auction took place late last night and went on till the early morning. A murder on the night of the black market auction. Could the 2 events be related? Ich habe by the way keine Ahnung, wie man auf Englisch Auktion spricht. Also... Don't blame me. Ich habe so ein Wort noch nie gehabt irgendwie. Black market dealings in the Grand Tower. Guess I really hit the mother lode this time. Were all the items in the auction pieces of evidence? There was some novel stuff too, like stolen art and the like. I wouldn't consider stolen art to be normal. Naja. Aber auf jeden Fall anders als Beweisstücke. But I reckon the evidence was the star of the show here. These folks are law fanatics, trying to get their hands on the latest goods from the police. So that's what you wanted to get pictures of, Mr. Hart? Pretty much. They were meeting right under this very storeroom, so I watched them from up here. You said you were here since yesterday. Did you witness the entire event? It was a black market auction, after all. They followed a fairly detailed procedure. First, the participants entered the storeroom from the viewing platform one at a time. When they got in, they each took one of these masks on the wall over there. Funny thing about those masks, they're all equipped with voice changers, itty bitty ones. That way they wouldn't be recognized. They wanted to protect their anemone. You mean their anonymity? Yeah, that's it. Their anonymity. Why not just say identity and make things easier for all of us?
Ja, Anonymität ist schon ein schwieriges Wort. Ach ja.
After putting on the mask, they go down the lift. And the next fellow would come right. On the way back, it was the exact same thing, but in reverse. They'd put up one by one, returning the mask, and head out of the storeroom. Wow, that's pretty thorough. Na, dann wissen wir schon mal, wofür diese Masken eigentlich gut sind. Interessantes Konzept. Aber nichtsdestotrotz ist illegal, komm. How many participants were there? 11 people altogether. I counted each of them as they made their way down. Okay. I'll help you know, it wasn't just laid up behind the statue the entire time. Then where were you in the beginning? The beginning? Well, don't you worry yourself about that, you hear? So she was hiding behind the statue the entire time. I watched the folks coming in while lurking in the shadows. All secret agent-like. Not to self? Secret agents like to lurk in the shadows. And then, they used that lift over there to get down to the auction site. After they all went down, I watched the whole thing from the lift. Did that lift stay down the entire time? Nah, it came back up. But there's a tiny gap in the floor there. There's a bit of space between the floor and the lift platform, you see? So I could see just about everything that was going on down there. Then did you see the person who was conducting the auction? Huh? Well, yeah, you betcha I did. Ich glaub das nicht. What kind of story would this be if I didn't know if the conductor was? The conductor, huh? It seems I'll need to ask her for more details. Okay, wer ist das denn? Do you have any more information about the so-called conductor? You know, I came here to get me a scoop. What makes you think I'll give up my info to you all willy-nilly? Basically, what you're saying is, you don't know. Ah, I see. So that's why she won't answer. What can I say? I couldn't even tell how old they were or if they were a guy or girl. Can you tell me what the person was wearing at the time? They had on a white jacket with a purple flower, and they were wearing white gloves. But you know, that don't mean much when I have no earthly clue who they really are. So the conductor's identity was hidden, just like the participants. That's right, they had on the mask and voice changer, just like everyone else. What kind of mask did this person wear? It was a servant mask, I reckon. Servant? What in place is that supposed to be? Mr. Edgeworth, you don't know about Servant? He's the sworn enemy of global hero Onion Kopon. Servant, the ruler of time. Seriously, who hasn't heard of him? Most people, I'd imagine. Since the conductor wore a mask, I assume you were not able to see their face. Not even a teeny weeny bit. And after I came all this way for my big scoop. This whole story is turning out to be nothing but fool's gold. Aber interessant zu wissen, dass der... Oh, jetzt wo ich hier gerade was sehe. Oh. Das ist gut. That set of clothes seems familiar. Perhaps I should show her that piece of evidence. Oh, du sprichst meine Sprache, Edgeworth. Mal sehen, was haben wir denn hier? Ha! Da haben wir es doch! Es ist gut möglich, dass das Opfer hier diese illegale Auktion am Laufen hatte. You said the conductor wore a white jacket with a purple flower and white gloves. That's right, they're sure like spliffy for a criminal mastermind. Miss Hart, did they look anything like this? Hey! That's it! That's the conductor! Hold her horses! Are you telling me the conductor is dead? She's the victim of a case we are investigating. Her name is Jill Crane. Have you heard of her? Can't say I have. So she was a lady, huh? What kind of girl dressed like that? She gets her kicks by fooling me into thinking she's a guy. I doubt that her intention was to deceive you. Es gibt halt Frauen, die gerne Männerklamotten tragen. Was soll's? Man muss nicht, dafür muss man nicht mal Transgender sein, also. Kann auch einfach bequem sein für sie. Also von daher. Setting that aside, we have established something of major importance. The victim was the conductor of the black market auction. I see, so the conductor was killed. Then that would explain... Explain what, Miss Hart? No, it's nothing, honest. Miss Hart? You clearly sounded suspicious just now. And I'm telling you I ain't. Can't be. Sorry, were you trying to say something? No, I ain't! I ain't something nothing. Please don't be like that, just tell us. How many times do I get tell you? I'm a journalist. Information is what pays the bills. I can't just go around spouting everything I know. I've already said too much. I got nothing left to say to y'all. Then, what if I found some fingerprints for you? What good would that do me? I don't want none of your dusty old prints. Why don't you fool my example and some investigating on your own? Aw, I guess she won't tell us anything. Not to worry, Emma. Just leave it to me. I have a certain method of drawing out information from those who wish to hide it. If my opponent's lips are sealed, I will be the one to unseal them. Let us begin. Ich weiß, worauf das hinausläuft. Oh. Aber das wird wieder ziemlich lange dauern. Von daher würde ich sagen, dass ich jetzt an dieser Stelle jetzt schon den Part beende. Es ist sogar Zeit, sehe ich auf die Uhr gerade. Lol. Passt, ja. Okay, egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung immer gern gesehen, das war's meins. Also wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. Sehr geil.